So recently I uploaded a video ranting about the current state and status of Call of Duty Mobile's ranked mode. And with today's video, I want to do the opposite, man. I want to offer some suggestions on how to improve the mode, fix some of the things that we don't like, and just overall make the mode better. And so let's get straight into it, man. First thing is that the whole point of having a ranked mode in any video game is to provide a place for competitive players to compete with balanced playing conditions. And as of right now, there's no real difference between regular public matches and ranked matches inside of Call of Duty Mobile outside of like actual bots being in the public matches. I think Domination, the score goes a little bit higher on the ranked side. And then when you're playing ranked, it restricts the maps to like, not all of the ones that are in the game. But outside of that, there's no like real big difference between, like I said, playing a regular public match and playing ranked outside of the bots alone. And so ranked modes generally, I wouldn't even say it like that. Ranked should highlight a player's skill level. Let's just say it just as straight as possible. If you're going to be in ranked, this should be a place to really highlight who's better than who. Things like aim, reaction time, map awareness, map rotation, movement, and maybe like your overall game mechanics. So being able to like, slide cancel and stuff like that, being able to have those mechanics down to a T should really separate a person's skill level. And I feel like in order to really test a person's skill level, we need to create an environment that promotes skill over randomness, and the only way I could see, that being possible, like in other games, is if the ranked mode added restrictions and started banning things. That's the only way. And so I'm gonna offer some things up that I feel like would help, because we already have map restrictions, which is good because ain't nobody trying to play on maps like Icebreaker or Armada Strike. But I feel like we need to take it up a level. There needs to be more things banned or restricted, because that's the only way, like I said, to really show who's better than who and highlight a person's true skill level. And so off the bat, I'm already knowing that Cod Mobile wouldn't want to ban guns, because they have to sell and promote these mythic guns. So, unfortunately, we can't ban guns, because I'm pretty sure most people in the community will want to ban like the USS-9, the Odin, the freaking Man of War, stuff like that. Though those are things that I'm like, people would definitely want to ban. But because of things like legendary guns and mythic skins, I'm almost for certain that Call of Duty wouldn't ban guns overall. And so let's talk about some things maybe that we can ban. And let's start off with banning or restricting certain attachments. And so the attachments I would personally ban is any attachment that gives like a body part multiplier. So like the USS-9, that AE round, or the DHR. I always kind of mix up the letters, I don't know. But the OTM mag, things like that offers body multipliers. I would restrict that, ban that. You will have to use the gun at its base damage where it shoots, the same amount of damage in every part of the body, or its regular multipliers, so hopefully that's clear. So I will ban any attachments with body part multipliers. Then I will also ban thermite and explosive rounds. Those have to go. Man of War thermite, that NA-45 with the explosive rounds, anything like that, it shouldn't be in a ranked mode, because it's like breaking the time to kill. Some of the stuff is just cheap kills, stuff like it. It just got to go. And so I could go on a rant on that in itself. But like I said, I want to keep this video more so on the positive, offer suggestions. And so those would be like the only two attachments that I would ban. If you got some other ones, drop them in the comment section below. And let's keep it pushing, man. The next thing on my banned list, let's go to the Wildcard department. There's only one Wildcard I would ban, and of course that would be overkill. I feel like having people sniping with an SMG on their back, I feel like, in my opinion, doesn't really show a true level of skill. And this freaking Wildcard has destroyed the search and destroy mode just overall, because everybody literally, the meta in search is just to run a sniper with a freaking USS-9 on your back or VMP on your back. And I feel like if you're going to snipe, just snipe. Let that be your main weapon, you know? Let that be your role on the team versus, like, I don't know, being a super soldier to a certain extent. But that's just me. If we want to highlight and see people's skill level, I would ban the overkill wild card. You just pick your primary, your secondary, and you keep it pushing, man. And so let's keep it going. That's the only wild card I will ban. Be sure, like I said, if you got a different one or if you got some opinions, be sure to drop it down in the comment section below as we go on to my next section, which will be the operator skills, man. And so I would say I'm gonna give y'all a couple, but I feel like I would just ban anything that you could shoot aimlessly and get kills, you know, things that don't require some sort of like precise aim. And so here are the ones that I would ban, starting off with the gravity vortex. Self-explanatory. People could just shoot this into the hard point, shoot this into like a room, and it's just, you don't have to really like aim it. You could just shoot it in the general area, and you know, people are going to get sucked into it. The war machine could also be a little bit newbie, kind of spammy. The bull charge, the hive, and the gravity spike. That would be like my 4 to 5 things that I would ban in the operator skill. This one might get a little bit more controversial. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below if you got different ones that you would ban, or if you don't agree with some of the stuff that I said. But those would be my 4 to 5 operator skills that I would ban personally. And let's keep it going to them perks, man. I got some perks to eliminate. 2 of them primarily. So I'm gonna give y'all my top 2 because these are the most aggravating ones just overall. And so first up, we gotta ban Martyrdom. Oh my God. This perk, it doesn't highlight or show any level of skill. You know, if I kill a person, the fact that they can kill me after they died that doesn't even make sense. That shouldn't be in the game at all, but it definitely shouldn't be in the ranked mode. That just doesn't make any sense, you know. But I'm gonna try my best not to rant, but some of the stuff that I'm mentioning in this video, it really be getting on my nerves. And so I'm gonna try not to rant. I'm gonna move on to the next thing. The second perk that I'm definitely banning is persistence. Like, this perk right here is rewarding people pretty much for dying. Like, they could just, you know, imagine, I don't even need you to imagine because y'all play ranked. If you're watching this video, I'm pretty sure you probably play ranked in Cod Mobile, but there's nothing worse than whooping the other team, or like it being a close game and then all of a sudden somebody gets like a freaking swarm or a stealth chopper or like something that can just alter the game. And it's like, hey, I know nobody on the other team got on a kill streak, you know, or like got a bunch of kills together or whatever the case may be, but it's that persistence perk. You know, they're allowed to just die the whole game and then they could just pop out a kill streak at random. And it's always at the worst time when you're just like, I know nobody on the other team got on a kill streak. And the fact that they're calling in a big lethal kill streak right now is crazy. And so I would definitely ban persistence. And so let's keep it pushing to my next category, you know. But be sure, once again, if you got some other stuff for the perks, if you got some perks you would ban, drop them down in the comment section. Let's move on to the lethals. There's not a lot that I would ban, but here's a few. I would ban the Molotov, the contact grenade, and the cluster grenade. You know, if you play Call of Duty ranked modes on the console version, then you already know they really pretty much only give you the frag and the Simtex. That's like your only real lethals. And so for me, I would also keep it like that. If I'm really honest, we could kind of ban all of them and just either using a frag or a Simtex. That's just my personal opinion on that. And then for the tacticals, let's just move on to the next one. I'm banning, it's the same as the lethal. I feel like it should just be stuns or flashes, you know, but I'm definitely getting rid of the cryo bomb. That freaking tactical is super annoying. The heartbeat sensor and the gas grenade. You know, if we couldn't ban all of them, these will be my top 3 bans in the tactical department because these freaking tacticals are super annoying. And so I'll do one more category, which will be the kill streaks. There's only about 3 that I will ban at the moment, which will be the Shock RC, the Hunter Killer Drone, and the Goliath. The Goliath technically can still stay. I think it just needs to cost more, you know, because at its current cost, it's just a little bit too cheap in my opinion. Like it's not that hard to get, and it could be super lethal. And so for me, that's one that I would probably eliminate, especially if we go back and we eliminate the Man of War Thermite round, you know, because the Thermite smacks the Goliath. But if we ban the Thermite, then we need to bump up the price of the Goliath. And so, yeah, that's my feedback and my list of restrictions that I would add to improve the current state of Call of Duty Mobile's rank mode. I would definitely love to hear y'all thoughts down in the comment section below. Is there things that you agreed with when it came to like some of the stuff I mentioned? Do you disagree? Leave it all down in the comment section. I'm down to talk to y'all and definitely try to improve this ranked mode here on Call of Duty Mobile. And yeah, man, other than that, be sure to like and subscribe, comment, do all of the things, man. I appreciate you for clicking on this video, and I'll catch you on the next one. You heard? Jersey.